So, Tuesday, the 7th of Adar, the holiness generated with each small conquest of one's evil impulse then radiates back to the person to further empower them in their divine service. So we learned yesterday that everything that we do, even a small conquest of our impulses, you have an impulse to eat, an impulse to say something, an impulse to think about something, and you're pushing it off, you're creating a joy in the higher worlds to Hashem. It says yourself, yeah. He calls it every conquest. Every time you win that impulse, every time you're able to push it off, withhold it, you're creating a great joy in the higher worlds. So he says, today we're going to see that it's also radiates back to the person.
Yeah,
what further empower them in their divine service.
Exactly.
From this holiness, a sublime holiness issues forth upon men below to assist them with a great and powerful aid in his service of God. This is what our sages meant when they said if a man consecrates himself a little bit from below, he pushes, he tries to work on himself a little bit in this world, a small measure here below, he is sanctified greatly from above. Beside the fact that he is doing a mitzvah, the Torah says, V'iskadashtem, you should try to become holy. Fulfills the positive commandments of the Torah, sanctify yourselves and be holy. Hence, apart from the consolation previously offered, the Beinoni, consolation offered the Beinoni, that through turning away from evil, by combating evil thoughts and desires, he affords God a pleasure that tzaddikim cannot, because the tzaddikim don't have this battle. So the Beinoni can offer God this pleasure that tzaddikim don't. His battle with the Sitra Achra also contains a positive quality in the category of doing good. That is likewise not present in the divine service of tzaddikim. This positive quality is the fulfillment of the mitzvah, sanctify yourselves, which applies only to Beinonim, not to tzaddikim. For the intention of the commandment is that one's personal, permissible, and mundane matters should not be attended to out of the desire of one's animal soul. In other words, you're asking yourself, why am I doing it? Why am I engaging in A, B, and C? Is it to satisfy my animalistic soul, or because I really need to do it? So a tzaddik obviously doesn't have this challenge, but most people, the Beinonim, have to ask themselves, is it just for gratification, or is it Shem Shamayim? Permissible and mundane matters should not be attended to out of the desire of one's animal soul, but for the sake of God. This directive cannot apply to tzaddikim, who are unencumbered by desires of the animal soul, as the Alter Rebbe continues. The meaning of sanctify yourselves is you shall make yourselves holy. Kloima, meaning to say, although in truth one is not holy and separated from the Sitra Achra, as we mentioned yesterday, but the Sitra Achra of his animal soul is still, as at birth, at its full strength and might, in the left part of his heart, the seat of the animal soul and evil inclination. The word Kedusha, holiness, means setting apart, separation from the unholy. Like we say to our wives when we get married, Arei at mikudeshet li. So what does it mean? You are holy to me, meaning you are separated from the rest of the world. now you're just sanctified to me, and you can't be with the rest of the world. That's really what Kiddushim is all about, separation. So the same thing with us, we sanctify ourselves, meaning we separate ourselves from a lot of the things that we want to have, and a lot of the desires that we have. If we control it, then we are separating ourselves from these things, from the Sitra Achra.
Elevating yourself.
Yeah, that's the response from above. You doing a little bit of a sacrifice, even on little things. Mm-hmm. Maybe you just wanted to say something and you didn't say it. Or you want to think about something you didn't think about. You think to yourself, what did I? Didn't do anything big. Just wanted to say something, decided not to say it.
Right.
Big deal.
Right.
But you did it for the sake of Hashem, meaning you thought maybe someone... restrained yourself. You thought maybe somebody's going to get insulted, maybe it's not going to be interpreted the right way. So you withheld yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so right away there is a response from above that helps you become holier.
Right.
So the pasuk means one should sanctify himself even if he must yet make himself holy and separate from the Sitra Achra. For at his present level, his heart still desires those things that derive from it. You say, what is the point to sanctify yourself? I still have a Sitra Achra I have to deal with. So why are you talking to me about Kedusha, about higher levels, if we have to deal with the Sitra Achra? We have to deal with our impulses, we have to deal with all the negative things, negative thoughts, speech and action. He says, nevertheless, you should do it. One should sanctify himself, even if he must make himself holy and separate himself from the Sitra Achra. Yet, if even while at this level he subdues and masters his evil impulse and make himself holy, separate from the Sitra Achra, continues the verse, Ve'yitim Kedoshim, you will be holy. Meaning it's like I'm promising you that will happen. The words be holy, which in their simple sense voice a command, can also be understood as conveying a promise. You will be holy. So it can be interpreted both ways. Either I'm commanding you to be holy, or I'm telling you that if you sanctify yourself, you will be holy. Kloima, meaning that ultimately he will be truly holy and removed from the Sitra Achra. Disengage. Ultimately it's a guarantee that ultimately it would lead to disengagement.
You overcome the Sitra Achra.
Yeah. It's not going to be because of you, because we are limited to what we can accomplish. But if we do, we push a little bit, then there's allotted from heaven. Exactly. That is, there's a big response from above.
Yeah, exactly. They see that you make effort, they help you.
And that's what he says next. And through his being aided from above to expel the Sitra Achra from his heart. If that's your objective, you will be aided from above. Little by little, as it says, me'at garshenu, so that even in his heart he will no longer have any desire for anything originating in the realm of the Sitra Achra.
This is why it applies here, open for me the eye of a needle.
Yeah, make a small opening, and I'll make a big opening for you.
That applies here.